Over a period of about 10 years, from the mid-1960s to the mid-1970s, Detroit was producing V8-powered, rear-wheel drive, 5- and 6-passenger two-door coupes, along with their smaller and equally powerful siblings known as pony cars. This period is now commonly referred to as the golden era of the muscle car. All of the American manufacturers were eager to get in on the action. Between the competition of the high-banked ovals of NASCAR and the quarter-mile shootouts of the NHRA, no manufacturer would be outdone. This frenzied competition between the manufacturers and their fans alike inevitably led to the golden age of the muscle car. A time when loud and angry, muscle-bound metal machines ruled the streets of America. But as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end, as did the muscle car. As the gasoline crisis and emission standards hit the United States, these muscle-bound beasts were replaced with low-horsepower, underperforming practicality. Throughout the remainder of the 1970s and into the early 80s, the muscle car was virtually extinct. Chrysler filed bankruptcy, and much smaller, four-cylinder, front-wheel drive, fuel-efficient cars took center stage to compete with the Japanese market. But all the while, General Motors and Ford managed to keep their pony car war alive with the Camaro, the Trans Am, and the Mustang. Though they were a far cry from the menaces of the street that they once were, they were enough to keep the competition and rivalry among their fans alive and well and wanting more. As Mopar fans, we were left with the iconic General Lee to remind us of what once was. We were teased by magazine covers touting the return of the Dodge Charger and the Plymouth Duster, only to find that they were just another front-wheel drive four-cylinder hatchback. From the mid to late 80s came a glimmer of hope among muscle car fans. Once again, thanks to NASCAR, with the redesigned Monte Carlo SS, Oldsmobile 442, Buick Grand National, and Ford Thunderbird. Meanwhile, Chrysler continued pedaling in front-wheel drive four-cylinder turbos well into the early 1990s, including joint ventures with Mitsubishi with the Dodge Stealth and the Dodge Conquest. As the 1990s rolled in, so did the muscle car dream-crushing front-wheel drive six-cylinders, and they rolled in droves. With the end of all rear-wheel drive V8-powered coupes, even NASCAR had to resort to drastic changes, allowing four-door family sedans and eventually even Toyota. From the early 1990s to the early 2000s, Mopar began producing the Viper, as well as introducing us to a vehicle whose ridiculously throwback appearance could only be rivaled by its ridiculously low horsepower in the Prowler, eventually making their way back into NASCAR. Meanwhile, the pony car war between General Motors and Ford raged on. Though there were flashes of V8 brute force power in family sedans such as the Impala SS, the quintessential muscle car remained dead for more than 15 years. After Mopar's return to NASCAR, they found that the sport had dramatically changed. Manufacturer identity has now taken a backseat to sponsorship money. No longer could a brand prove its dominance on the racetrack, so Mopar put its dominance where it belongs, on the street. After achieving success with their Hemi-powered family sedans, Mopar lays down the gauntlet by reintroducing the Dodge Challenger. A muscular, 5-passenger, Hemi-powered two-door coupe, the quintessential muscle car, and the only one that exists to this very day. Not to disrespect the Dodge Charger, as it is easily the most powerful American four-door sedan, but would not meet the criteria as a muscle car in the 1960s and 70s. With the current variety of vehicles available to us now, and those on the horizon, it begs the question, is this really the second golden era of the muscle car? If we are to accept that all models, weight classes, sizes, are muscle cars, so long as they are equipped with a V8 engine, then the answer is yes. If we were to adhere to the norms of the original muscle car era, the answer would be, not yet. Given that we've lost such major players in the muscle car industry as Plymouth, Pontiac, and Oldsmobile, We have some very large shoes to fill. However, my optimism tells me that we're very close if only a handful of things were to take place. Mopar should keep its already successful muscle car program and expand on it by introducing a pony car to compete with the much smaller sports cars of the Camaro and the Mustang. Likewise, Chevrolet should bring back the Chevelle to compete with the much larger muscle cars. And Ford should build a fast muscle car like they did that one year and bring back the Falcon or the Torino. If we want to relive the days of muscle cars the way that our fathers and our grandfathers experienced them, then we should keep cranking them up. And maybe, just maybe, they'll keep cranking them out. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up, comment, and subscribe.